Hello, Savannah Duck, and welcome back for another video. This time we're in the German Tier 10 tank destroyer, the Grille 15. Now this is a tank I bought a while back actually when I was free marking the line, but I never really got a chance to properly play it. So I started playing it the other day, and to be honest, I must say I've really enjoyed playing it actually. It's a really nice tank. I mean, quite often I get a little bit bored playing the tank destroyers just because I tend to play quite aggressively, and just sort of being stationary, just playing that tank destroyer role is not something, I get a little bit bored, I think, and a bit impatient. But with the speed of this Grille, the mobility of this tank, it's meaning so I can play it almost like I can play it like more like a medium and be able to relocate to different locations quickly. You can see I can get up to 60 kilometers an hour, really quickly, and that is probably why I've actually enjoyed playing this tank, as well as the fact that you do get 8 degrees of gun depression on it, which is quite nice. You see here, I was going to go and spot the cross, but it looks like one team destruction, and none of my team are interested in playing that side. So I don't know, I don't really fancy just staying there by myself, especially when there's no cap to defend. I'm just going to go with the team, try and clear up this side, and then deal with the enemy team over there later, at a later point, because I don't want to be sitting there fighting 5 or 6 tanks by myself. One thing I will say about the Grille 15 is, which is a little bit weird, most of the tank destroyers in the game, the tier 10 tank destroyers, have 850 alpha. And I think at one point they was trying to balance it and lower all the alpha changes. That's why the Grille 15 came out with 750 alpha, not 850. But they've gone and released, like, the Object 268 version 5, the new Russian premium tank destroyer, which is at 850 alpha and has armour and mobility, and mobile as well. So to be honest with you, I don't really understand why the Grille 15 only has 750. Either make all the tank destroyers have 750 or put the Grille 50 back up to 850, because I can't see any reason why this should have 750 and the others have 850. That makes no sense to me. So I think that probably does need amending, in my opinion. I mean, I'm all for having all the tank destroyers only have 750 alpha, but it would just mean that you'd have to change a lot of tanks, or you could just buff this one to be on par. But yeah. As you see, I push around this side because this is where my team's gone. This 268 is going to cause me a little bit of problems, but I do manage to get a shot into him, putting him on a 2-shot for us now. We're trying to back up to try and limit the amount of damage he's going to get into me. He does have good DPM, that tank. Fortunately for me, we go straight through the front of the front plate of the tank, and being Russian, it gets set on fire, and he surely gets taken out, which allows me a bit more freedom to see if I can get any shots into this Object 705 there. We do get a shot in and take him out. Now I must say, playing the Grille 15, one thing I had found is it is an accurate gun, but if you don't fully aim the shot, I find it misses quite a lot. Like, just my experience, I find you have to fully aim the shot, otherwise I get it trolls quite a little bit. But you can see here the mobility of the tank. I'm able to deal with this sort of side and how quickly I've managed to get around the other side of the map, and that's one thing, like I say, I keep saying that's why I probably quite enjoyed it. Now we popped up, we've seen this Waffle 100, we're going to try and get a little shot in. Maybe I should aim that a little bit lower. Unfortunately we don't manage to get that in. We do spot up the IS-4 in the process. We're backing up now because we obviously don't want to get clipped out by that Waffle 100, so we need to lose our spot before we to move up and see if we can spot them again. Obviously I want to try and clear this as quickly as I can so that I can move on and come behind the enemy team and try and pick up some more damage. This medium seems to be moving up on the right hand side, which is good for us. We're hoping he might spot some things up. He does spot the IS-4, so I'm aiming in to see if I can get a shot into the side of his turret, and we do get a nice shot in there. Unfortunately we do low roll, quite often with obviously the 750 alpha you do end up rolling below the 700 mark. And that's obviously the difference between them from the 750 to 850 alpha. Now, we knew there was a Waffle 100 up here, and obviously we're going to have no problem penning the turret with the HE rounds. So we have loaded the HE in the hope that we catch him retreating, and then able to get a shot into him, just to boost our damage up quite nicely if we do manage to spot him. So we're popping up, just using this edge of the rock, so we've got a little bit of cover. We do spot him in, we pop our food to boost our accuracy, and then boom, we slap him for 1,000 damage. And it was a proper result having a HE round in there. We do swap back to the AP now, just because I don't want to have a HE loaded and then the Waffle 100 not become a target and something else is there where I'm going to need the AP to pen him. Also, I don't want to miss out on that 750 damage just because I didn't, because I had the wrong ammunition loaded. So I'm popping up now to see if we can get a shot into the back of this object 705, hopefully catch him unaware. Unfortunately for us, it's going to be a very difficult shot. It just goes over. Chances are I probably wouldn't have penetrated that anyway, just with the slope he had, but it was worth a shot, wasn't it? So we're going to see if we can get another shot in. We do have to be a little bit careful because Waffle 100 is looking at us, but we do slap a shell into him, manage to avoid a shot off him, putting him now on a one shot. I know he's fired one of the shots now, so he's probably only got like 2 rounds left, depending on what gun he's got on. And I'm just going to see if we can just finish him off. He's only on like 400 hit points, so we're loading in. We do get a shot in. He does snap one into us, but to be honest, I'm happy with that exchange. We're now one shot, which is unfortunate, but we've got rid of a very dangerous tank, which we needed to get rid of before we could move on. Obviously, this object 705 is now in my way. He's the one that's going to keep spotting me every time I pop up because just how close he is to me. So I am kind of hoping we can get rid of him. We've seen an opportunity to get rid of the shot into his Jag E100. Unfortunately, that one doesn't go in. But yeah, we're going to pull back round, lose a spot, and go again. It's not going too bad so far. We've got sort of just shy of 6,000 damage, 800 assistance. Go for a shot in the lower plate. It does aim a little bit too high, and we don't manage to get that one in. So we're going to load the heat in just because we know. With the penetration drop off at this range, obviously the heat doesn't lose any penetration drop off, so we'll be able to get a shot into him and penetrate that one with ease, and we do. We've left this heat round in just to deal with this object 705A because we want to kill him. It's getting to the same job. We're clearly winning this game, and I want to maximise my damage, so I don't want to be delayed. I want to make sure I can just kill him as quick as we can. As it stands, we would have been fine with the AP or going for the rear of his turret, but it wasn't to know, and he is taken out. So it's at this stage of the game, it's clear up, isn't it? We're just trying to get across the map as quickly as we can, which is something we can do with the mobility of the Grille. But we're just seeing if we can get there and pick up any last damage and hope that our team doesn't manage to kill him before we get there. Because we've had a pretty decent game, but we would like to get another shot in it if we could. I'm just looking at scanning the HP of the tanks, and unfortunately for me, it's looking like they've not got a lot of hit points, and we just get there, and unfortunately we don't manage to get any more damage. But that's it for the first one, so I hope you enjoyed that replay. Like I say, we've got 2 more to come. We've got 3 kills, 7,000 damage, 800 assistance, and the ace tanker. So stay with us, and I'll see you in a bit for some more replays. Okay, welcome back for the second replay of the video, and this time we're on Moravanka. Unfortunately for us, the fun police are out on patrol and they're out in force. We've got a 3-man fun police platoon, which is not going to be fun. So we're going to have to play more of a traditional TD on this map. I could push the forest potentially if I wanted to play a bit more aggressively. But I've decided that I'm going to try and take a wide angle and see if we can play a little bit more patient, a little bit more like a tank destroyer, because those fun police are scary. Obviously the Grille doesn't have any armour. If I get slapped by one, it's going to do a lot of damage. But having said, on this map a lot of time we get all the heavies sort of brawling. They're going to be the obvious target for the artillery. So generally speaking, unless you're spotted and you're just sat there spotted, I would, most of the time the artillery is going to focus on the heavies which are bunched up, because they're going to be spotted and they're going to be the easiest damage. We get a nice penetration in early. Unfortunately, we get spotted and we lose, just over about a quarter of our hit points, which is not ideal. But at least we managed to get our shot in. So we're going to use these sort of bushes, just see where shots are available. Now the good thing is this does have 8 degrees of gun depression. So you can sort of use these little ridge lines like this in the tank, which is quite nice. The bad thing is, the traverse isn't amazing. So if you get caught out in the open, obviously, you can really get punished. And obviously, because the turret, obviously, it's got a turret lock on it, you can't sort of reverse up backwards and turn your turret round. So you have to rely on, try and reverse out of trouble, which sometimes can be a little bit of a problem. But it's all about being patient and just looking for those shots in this one. So we've got 1500 damage, we just slapped the E5, and we're just going to try and, when enemy make mistakes, poke up too high, we just want to be ready to get that shot in, really, so to help out a team. So you've got this Valor on there. These are the sort of shots we're looking for. I don't want to push up too aggressively. We see this Grille, fellow Pleb member actually, I believe, but unfortunately we don't manage to get a shot into him. So we're just seeing if we can get seeing where we can get shots, and it's like that a lot this game on this one. It's one of those games where you do play more like a traditional TD. Because one thing about the Grille 15, which is, unlike the line itself is really relies on camo, relies on the camouflage, and the Grille 15's camo rating is really poor, which doesn't really suit the line. It's a little bit weird like that. It would be nice to have a little bit more camo, but then I guess unlike the Borsig, etc., it has fantastic camo. The Grille, makes up for the lack of camo with its mobility. But yeah, it is a little bit. The camo is really poor in the tanks. So you do have to be a little bit careful with that. But yeah, as you can see, it's fairly even, mostly, throughout this battle. It's just going to kind of be, we just need to try and hit our shots where we can. That's all we need to do. It's a patience game. And that's why, to be honest, a lot of the time the TDs don't really suit me, because already I'm getting sort of itchy fingers here, just wanting, I just want to get in there and get some damage. But we don't have any armour. If we do, there's 3 front plates in, although one plate has kill, which is nice. We're just going to be sitting ducks. It's just not worth it. We're just going to have to be patient, wait for them to make mistakes, and see if we can get any shots in. But I do want to try and get as much damage as I can, obviously help our heavy tanks at the end. Otherwise, if they die and we haven't got enough damage in, it's also going to cause us a little bit of problem, because one that we haven't really got any presence in the field either, so I'm kind of keeping an eye out there just to see if anything comes behind me. You can see in the top right hand corner of the mini map now, you see me take a little nudge around to see what's going on behind us. There is some enemies, 2 enemies pushing across the field. We have 2 DDs sort of pinning them back a little bit, but that is something I've got to be aware of, because if they come behind me I may have to change, either decide to push more aggressively or turn around, whatever is the best situation at the time. So we picked up just about 4,000 damage now, sort of 300 assistance. The game is still fairly even, but we're just trying to look for some shots. And you see our Type 5A isn't very healthy, but they also have some 2 low health tanks as well, like they've got that Grille 15. Try and get a shot into that object 268-5. Unfortunately we hit his gun, don't manage to penetrate him, because that's the thing, that object 685, that's just as quick as the Grille, maybe a little bit slower, but that has some armour and 850 alpha. So I really do think the Grille has been left behind in that sort of bit personally. I do think it needs the alpha needs to be matched. Get lit here and we get punished for it. It's put us on 600 or 563 damage. We're going to have to pull back now. I'm a little bit concerned. I've been lit for too long, but I may get hit by artillery. So I'm trying to just sort of move around. I do get unlit. I'm taking the gamble that the artillery shot hasn't come in yet, so hopefully he's hit. It was the first time I've been lit in a while, so the chances are the artillery wouldn't have been focused on me. But yeah, so I'm going to try and look and see if I can get any more shots in. It's like I say, it's been a close game all round. You can see now I'm just starting to try and move to see if I can get any more shots in. I don't want to just completely leave this position, because things like this M60 while poking up, he does get slapped by our fun police. You've got things like this E4 which is poking up every now and again, maybe I could have got aimed a little bit higher and I might have got a penetration then. Unfortunately I don't. But we've got this Valor now. We should be able to go through the side of his turret when he's facing it like that, which we do. We do take him out, racking us up to 4,500 damage, getting us another kill. But as you can see, our presence here is starting to fold a little bit. I think we've got a Type 5 maybe still alive, but he's only on a smidgen of health. So I do have to be a little bit careful. If they die, I'm going to have to fall back a little bit because I'm only on sort of 560, 3 damage myself. This E50 is coming over. I was hoping he was going to push over so I'd be able to get a shot into him. Unfortunately, his house is just kind of in my way. And yeah, the enemy has now taken out 2 of our tanks, like their Type 5 and our TD defending it. So I'm deciding that it's only me, my other tank destroyer, which is on the other side of the map, so not a lot of help to me, versus this E4 and the other tank coming in for us, this E50 coming in for us. So we've got to run, because if we sit there anymore, the artillery is definitely going to be focused on us. And you see there, as we make our escape, the artillery we just evade the shell. I have to fall back because I don't want them to close the distance and me just be sat there getting shot at by artillery. So I'm going to try and use this bush and spot for our friendly fun police and see if we can just get shots in and manage to do the damage before they get to us. We get a nice shot into the E4, ammo racking him, and thankfully our fun police T92 takes out the E50. That means we should be able to take out this E4 now stuck out in the open, which we do, and now it's only 2 fun police to deal with. So yeah, it was a very good call that I made that retreat then, because if I'd have left that any later and I got spotted and just got pinned down by the E4 and the E50, so I couldn't escape, then the fun police would have had a very easy shot, easy kill on me. So I had to go, I had to react quickly, and yeah, but we put it on to sort of over 6,000 damage, 1,400 assistance. One of the enemy fun police got taken out. I would have liked to get the kill myself, but we're trying to get a kill with the second one. Just to see what we do. This is where you can see how good the speed is in the tank and how quickly you can get 60 kilometers an hour. So we're looking for the remaining fun police, which we spot them up. We go to aiming and shot. Unfortunately, we're not getting a shot, but we do manage to pick up all the assistance on him, finishing that game with just over 6,000 damage and just under 2k assistance. 4 kills, picking up a ace tanker with 14 pence and a high caliber. So yeah, thank you for watching. One more replay to go, so I'll see you in a bit. Okay, here we are for the final replay of the video. We're on Mountain Pass, which to be honest is really not a map I enjoy. I'd probably say this is a better spawn, but yeah, generally it's just I think it's a pretty poorly designed map. But we don't have any fun police on it, so that's a plus. Which means we can try and sort of snipe across a little bit. Unfortunately, this Atomic is kind of not making up his mind where he's going, which is delaying me a little bit, which is unfortunate because I would like to try and get in the bushes and spot the cross, being there's no artillery, maybe get a little bit of assistance. But this stone call gets lit up, so we slap a shot into him, and we're just going to move up to these little bushes in front of us and just see if we can try and get any more shots in. I'm trying to position my tank so that if I do get lit, I can drive into cover. And yeah, so we've managed to get a lovely shot into T54 one there, and yeah, we set them on fire, don't we? We're leaving them living of hit points. So we now move into this sort of position. Now this is a position, well, using these bushes, unfortunately I get a sort of blind shot there, but now this position here at the moment, I would have used this position if there was fun place in the game, because you're quite an easy shot. But being that there's not, and there is tanks available for me to shoot at, I might as well be here, for the time being, because obviously I'm poking up, hoping to slap people for 750. Yeah, and also I'm happy to take sort of one shot, trade a shot if I'm able to get more alpha out of it. But now we see this Type 4 heavy. This is not really a great shot. I did kind of just want to track him in place, if I'm honest. Should aim a little bit more to the left. But yeah, that Type 4, if he's firing HE rounds, that could be really nasty for me, so I've got to be careful. I don't really want to get slapped by him and lose all my hit points. So yeah, we take that shot. We don't bother to aim it, because you see if we aim for the weak spots, because we took too much time there, we would have just got hit and we lost a lot of hit points. We decided to swap to the heat to deal with the Type 4, just because, like I say, we don't want to be poking out for too long. You know, we just want to try and get a shot in and get into cover. Unfortunately, Type 4 wasn't there. We managed to get a shot into sort of the tier 8 heavy, putting us up to just over 3,000 damage. We're actually losing this game at the moment. We're sort of 3 tanks down. We do manage to get one into the Type 4, just dodging this round then return. And yeah, I'm kind of having a little look at the map because it looks like some things across the bridge. So it's something I might need to be mindful of. But we've got enough people sort of defending that there. And I decided, you know what, I've sort of tried my luck there, dodging the rounds off that Type 4. And I decided that I'm going to try and push the pace a little bit and get up more aggressive. You know, maybe we can pick up some assistance if we keep these guys lit from the tanks behind us. Or maybe we can just try and get a few shots in, you know, where we can. Because obviously this is, you know, the beauty of having this gun depression. You can use this like ridges like this, and not expose yourself too much. This obviously the British tier 8 light tanks there, and that's kind of a bit of a nuisance for us, just being in that position. We can see we can get a shot into the side of this Type 4 heavy there. We get a little bit unlucky. Unfortunately, that's obviously where we use our heat shell there. It got absorbed in the space armour. Had we been using the AP shells there, we would have penetrated him. So we swapped back to the AP because obviously it's better for normalisation. And we tried our luck to snapping a shot at that British light tank. But now I'm a little bit nervous the fact that most of us have to move down into the bowl. And then you can see that the enemies have won on the bridge. So I'm not going to want to stay here too long, otherwise I'm going to get shot from behind. So that's why I decided, you know what, I'm going to move in now, see if we can help our tanks out of the valley, because I'm in a little awkward situation. I don't want to go back up to our base at the moment and again get shot in the rear by the sort of Type 4, you know, etc. And I can't stand where I was, otherwise I'm going to get shot from the base. So I'm going to see if we can get any damage over here. We see the atomic. We managed to get a nice shell in there, putting us up to just under 5k damage. Unfortunately, we got this the Swedish tank destroyer there in a little bit of an annoying position for us. We need to get rid of him, but thankfully our atomic penetrates the component and takes him out. So now we're going to see if we can get another shot into the atomic. We got a little bit unfortunate there, but I don't know what happened. I think it got absorbed in its tracks, that shell, which, yeah, it's surprising. I think that should have penetrated, so that's a little bit unfortunate. But, you know, we're just going to see if we can keep poking out and getting shots in. You know, we've only got 651 hit points, but we can trade one off the atomic, you know, and take him out if we can. So we try and get a shot into atomic, but it looks like he actually just dipped into cover, but we managed to take out that VK instead, so not the end of the world. It looks like I was kind of thinking it might have gone to our base to cap us out. I'm trying to work out where the guys in the bridge have gone to, but I've not got any sort of cap signals going off yet. So while there's damage in front of me, I'm going to see if I can get some more damage in, because obviously this is quite a little nimble tank, so I could have gone back to the base had I needed to. But we managed to just clip that atomic there, taking them out, putting us up to 6,000 damage. We're going to see if we can get a shot into the this Conqueror, who's fairly healthy. He's a 2-shot to us now, so we're going to try and get a shot into him there. Got a little bit unfortunate, we bounced that, which is a shame. Probably should have gone for the track wheel. But yeah, so we're just going to see if we can keep poking out and getting some shots where we can. Obviously we are a 2-shot to the Yahtzee and the Conqueror, so we do have to be a little bit careful, but at the same time we want to get a shot into it, and we do there. Now that's a bit unfortunate, low roll there, 648. That's the thing, obviously with 750 alpha, you do get rolls like that. But yeah, so we can see we can eat a shell off of both of these, but obviously we could also get double tapped, we get hit by both of them, so we've got to be a little bit careful. I'm hoping that this sort of heavy tank, which is sort of stuck at the top of the valley, which is now moving down, is going to come in and help us just to create a second angle for them to worry about. We can see we can finish off the Conqueror, which we do. We do eat a shell, putting us onto a 1-shot to that Yahtzee now. But yeah, this game has gone from, at one point we were quite a few tanks down, but now it's looking a lot more comfortable for us. Like I say, this Yahtzee is, you know, I am a 1-shot to him, so I've got to be a little bit careful now. What I would like to happen is this Polish heavy, I think to my left, he's on like 700 hit points. so he could easily eat a shot from this guy. We know the light tank's in the base, as we can see, so really there's no reason for this Polish heavy not just to charge down there, because if he did, he'd light him up, and then I'd be able to take him out. So that's what I'm hoping for, you see, because he's, unfortunately, the Artsy has really good camo, unlike the Grille, so he is going to outspot me all the time at the moment. So I really need someone just to take the shot. I can't take the shot because he will kill me, so I've just got no choice to wait for someone else to spot him. This Scorpion G is going through, and he is a one-shot as well, so really we needed the Polish heavy to do that, but that's not going to happen. I've got impatient, but fortunately for me, I'm Jesus, saved me there, absorbing the shell on my track, and then we managed to snap that shot in, picking us up a 4th kill and bring this to an end of the video. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that one. It's just, you know, a few quick replays I've had in the Grille. I fully expect I'll get some bigger games in this to show you, but I wanted to get these ones out while I could. So I hope you enjoyed them. But yeah, thank you so much for subscribing, and as always, happy tanking.